very slowly on surface streets through the city. This started in the LAPD Southeast Division. We don't know right now what that driver is wanted for. Is he coming to a stop behind the tree? It's kind of hard to see right now. But again, LAPD in pursuit of a black car going through the streets of South Los Angeles, moving extremely slowly right now. And you can see a number of patrol cars that could be they were in the area because they just had another pursuit in the same area, a stolen tow truck. Guy jumped in a tow truck and took off, and then they hit him with the spike strips, and he ran into a discount store in South Los Angeles. So speeding up a little bit right now, we are looking at this black car. LAPD in pursuit. This started in the Southeast Division, going by what looks to be a recreation center or a school in the area. Not too many people out. It's pretty hot on this Thursday afternoon, so not a lot of people out in the street. That is good news. Rolling through an intersection right now. We don't see any extreme activity from the driver, not really going all that fast or all that dangerously. But anytime the police want you to pull over and you don't listen to them, it makes for a dangerous situation. LAPD is right behind this driver. And we don't see any signs or anything from the driver that they are willing to give up or pull over. Just kind of rolling through the streets of Los Angeles. A lot of times the pursuits happen in an area where the driver is familiar with the area. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LAPD cars right behind this driver. Again, we don't have any information whether it's a man or a woman, or if what they are wanted for, if they might possibly be armed. But it doesn't appear so, because the LAPD looks like they're getting pretty close to this driver. It doesn't look like they're taking any extreme measures. We see other cars opposite side of the road, kind of pulled off to the side. They must have lights and sirens going. So that's the best advice. If you see a pursuit coming at you and you can get to the side, you should slowly pull off to the side of the road. If you're on the freeway, of course, they say stay with the traffic and try not to make any sudden moves. So here's what we've got right now. Driver in a black car moving very slowly. Looks like we've got somebody on the street coming up to an intersection with a lot of cars, not barreling through, but he's going to force his way through. And look at this. We've got LAPD right on the other side. They've taken a defensive mode behind their vehicle. And another car looked like he was going to cut him off. That driver, I think he's going to be boxed in here. Really nowhere to go. LAPD out of their vehicles, some of them taking defensive modes. They've got their weapons drawn, and we'll see if this driver complies. What's happening now? They're yelling at him to throw the keys out of the car, probably. That's the standard procedure. Throw the keys out. Make sure the vehicle's in park. Then put your hands out of the vehicle. And we'll look for some of those signs to see if the driver will comply. Getting some new information right now that the driver is wanted for murder. So boy, does this up the ante when you've got a dangerous suspect wanted for murder in a vehicle and trying to get away from police. It looks like the driver's side door has just opened, and we'll hope that this suspect gets out slowly, listens to the officer's commands, and that this one ends peacefully. LAPD, of course, has been called into action in a number of situations where 2 innocent women have been shot and killed over the past few weeks. And certainly they've been reevaluating their policies, their use of force. So let's hope that this driver cooperates and that nobody gets hurt here. We can see an officer walking right up to the car on the passenger side. Looks like they're communicating with the driver, and he is getting out of the car, or she is getting out of the car. It looks like a man. They've got him down on the street. They're going to put hands behind the back, and they will cuff him and take him into custody. So look at the tremendous response. And we've got other people running onto the scene. Just an extremely dangerous situation. Obviously, these people don't know what's going on here, and they just want to be part of this situation. Did I hear that the suspect is holding was perhaps holding a child? So let's go back to the car right now and see if we can figure out what's going on. There's the suspect. They've got him in custody. It looks like a white tank top. Is it a woman? I can't tell. But they're going to not cooperating at all, definitely resisting arrest, but they'll get him or her in the back of the police cruiser. and take it in custody. They've got a crowd gathering out there right now, and it looks like a number of these people are actually confronting the officers, going right up to them. Certainly not what you want to do. This is already a tense situation as officers try to take a murder suspect into custody in South Los Angeles. They've got the suspect out of the car, searching the trunk. They want to make sure there's nobody else in that vehicle. But good work by the LAPD as they take this suspect into custody right now. Again, this is South Los Angeles. It was a very slow speed pursuit, and officers kind of got the driver pinned in there at this intersection, and were able to get the driver to at least cooperate and get out of the vehicle with their guns drawn. And now they will take that suspect into custody. But again, this is a murder suspect. Look at the people on the streets confronting the officers in this crowd gathering, and not sure why they are confronting the officers or what they have to say. But LAPD is obviously going to be out there trying to calm the situation and telling these people to just back up and perhaps clear the scene. We didn't see any show of force from the LAPD. It did appear that the driver just got out of the vehicle willingly and was forced down onto the pavement and then taken into custody. Of course, no reports of anybody injured in the pursuits. We didn't see any accidents or collisions. Second pursuit in this area within a few minutes for the LAPD. So there were a lot of LAPD officers in the area. And again, we see this crowd gathering. A lot of people probably just want to see what's going on. We don't know if any of these people are familiar with the suspect who was taken into custody. But LAPD forming a defensive stance right now. If you can see, a number of officers are lined up, and we've got some other people arriving on the scene. Again, this is a pursuit suspect who apparently was wanted for murder. LAPD tried to pull over the driver in that black car you see just to the left of your screen in front of those patrol cars. The driver refused to pull over, and the pursuit started. And now we have on the right side of your screen some video from earlier when the suspect was taken into custody. And we also have the crowd gathering up there. It looks like the driver had a child in the car, perhaps a small child, and the officers safely got the child away from the suspect. But again, this is a murder suspect now in custody in South Los Angeles after a very slow speed pursuit, a very short pursuit. But the incident now appears to be turning into a situation where some people out there are not very happy with the LAPD, and they've been approaching the officers and confronting them. We can't hear what they're saying or what the problem is, but LAPD trying to take command of that situation. Again, more people showing up at this intersection in South Los Angeles. We've got somebody running right now, and you can see the crowd is gathering. You can also see LAPD is telling them to just disperse, go home, nothing to see here, it's over. The suspect is in custody. So we'll see what happens if LAPD calls for backup. But right now it looks like the crowd is complying and beginning to disperse. Gathering there on the corner on the top of your screen right there, a number of people. We haven't seen any violence. We haven't seen anybody do anything out of the ordinary except try to talk to those officers and perhaps find out exactly what's going on. So LAPD, it looks like they have control of the situation. The murder suspect in that pursuit now in custody. Of course, we'll keep an eye on the situation out there in South Los Angeles, let you know if anything changes. But it looks like a good ending to this, a suspect in custody and nobody hurt. They're going to put up the police line, and we'll keep watching what's going on. But right now, we want to